Welcome back to the Hardforking channel, everybody. The crypto culture channel with my wonderful co-hosts, Jesse and Leanne. How are you, people?
Hello.
Hi.
So, if you are joining us for the first time, basically what we do on this show is update you on the latest news. We review projects and we also look at the charts with Leanne, which we will be doing momentarily. But NFTs are front and center on this show today. There's a huge amount of action happening in that space and bringing you up to speed on what we're doing in our community and play to earn. So very quickly on that note, here's something from Nine Chronicles. This came out yesterday, $2 million in play to earn rewards. We've also got our own play to earn structure going with our community. So please go check that out. Jesse, NFTs, music. What do you reckon?
As we know, the NFT, the visual side of NFTs, the art side of NFTs, and the gaming side of NFTs are on the forefront. Everyone's paying attention. Even though the music side has also been introduced, like this guy Justin Blau of 3 Lau, they already released their album back in February, but it still doesn't seem to be as prominent, does it? Than as much as the art and the gaming, but. That same guy, Justin of 3 Lau, they've started up their own kind of platform called Royal with $16 million in seed funding by Peter Thiel's founders. They're trying to make something big, and that kind of thing seems to be the growing kind of sentiment in the field right now. And we actually just spoke to a really cool guy, Eric Mendelsohn, who just joined up with Oneof, which is what looks like kind of like the biggest platform we've seen yet to help bring some of the biggest artists in the game to mint and sell their music as NFTs. But it also seems like there's a possibility that it's not just the biggest artists, but perhaps even independent artists across the board. But we're going to see as that develops, and we had a good chat with them last night. So here's a little clip from that.
So we just launched the Oneof platform yesterday. So go to oneof.com. Register for your free NFT. Every single day you can go on Oneof and claim a free NFT between now and either September 12th or September 14th. The dates are there. You'll see you can get a free NFT, and one of those NFTs may give you a free trip for 2 to Las Vegas to the iHeart Media Festival in the middle of September to watch literally the biggest artists in the world perform on stage in Vegas. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. Go to oneof.com. And try to get yourself a free NFT and a chance to potentially win a trip out to Vegas.
Okay, so look, just a huge amount of action in the NFT space at the moment. It is popping off, putting it mildly. So here's a quick rundown of the other things of interest for me. Obviously, I think this one's fantastic. Dan Carter, probably one of our greatest ever All Blacks, is launching a NFT project here in New Zealand with other prominent artists and celebrities. So finding that's super interesting. We've also got a bit of a disappointing one. Somebody's gone and bought a fake Banksy for £250,000. Now, the whole point of a blockchain and NFTs, these non-fungible tokens, are a digital ownership of something. You can prove it. It's on a blockchain. It's there forever. It's immutable. So how somebody's been done here, so be careful. Be careful, people. I think on that note, Leanne, there's something floating around on the Solana blockchain as well that's dodgy.
Yeah, Baloo actually alerted his group to it just to reiterate safety when you are hooking your MetaMask, your Phantom Mask, your whichever wallets you're using, just to double check, save it as a link you go back to. Don't just Google it or Brave it. Or DuckDuckGo it without checking which link it actually is.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have a look at the Sol chart in a moment as well. But other NFT news of note, the original Doge meme, which sold for $4 million, you can now own a piece of it for as little as $1. There is a platform called Fractional Art where you can do that. Link below if you want to go and check that out. We won't get into a huge discussion on securities at the moment, but one thing I do like about the NFT space is I don't think there's any doubt around these things not being securities. You know, you're buying a one-off, a piece of art. When we get into the realm of these fractionalized situations, whether or not they will be deemed to be securities is yet to see. So just be aware of that. Obviously, other huge news, this Bored Ape that Jesse has keeps going up in value, but what is happening on that front? Something at Sotheby's,
it looks like today they actually have a Sotheby's event where, depending on where you are, it's going to be New York time, 10 o'clock, open bidding on both Bored Apes and Bored Ape Kennel Clubs. They've got a wide variety of things that they're getting rid of for quite high prices here. I would say not financial advice, but there's a good chance that the apes in general might be going up. I won't sink any ships, but that's the way things go.
Jesse, I was showing a friend a few days ago the Bored Ape Yacht Club. I was trying to explain that digital JPEGs are worth lots of money, and it was a very weird concept to explain to somebody. Look here, this is worth $300,000. It's a JPEG.
It makes no sense to me still.
Well, on that note, Leanne, you're our fashionista. Here's an article this week from Vogue, the latest company coming into the NFT space, Dolce and Gabbana. I've actually got registered for this, just as sort of matter of interest to go through the process, how they're actually going to do this. They've got different tiers that you can register for. $25,000 to $50,000 is the cheapest, and then there's $5 million and above. They're going to walk you through the whole process. But look, just the latest in a long line of reputable companies that are coming into this NFT space. What do you think of this one? Leanne, would you pay $5 million for a handbag that you can wear online?
No, being an ex-handbag designer, I absolutely would not pay $5 million for an online handbag.
How much would you pay? 25.
I mean, for me, I'm a voyeur at this stage with a lot of this stuff. I'm very happy to see it play out with these top brands, but I will never pay $5 million.
You're not a voyeur. You're at the cutting edge. You were still an early adopter of Axie Infinity NFTs. Come on, what are you talking about?
Yeah, true.
You're in the mix.
I forget that I own a whole lot of NFTs. Actually, I don't consider the Axies NFTs, but they are. But yeah, as for Vogue and the high haute couture fashion houses doing all of these cool things, I'm watch this space. It's going to be very interesting to see how they can harness it. But do I want to buy something like that? Probably not, but I'm really interested to see what they do.
I've actually got a few NFTs. One that I really love, and I haven't put it up for sale, but these ones have been selling for about 10 ETH. This is by a really great friend of the channel, Vesa. I kind of like this level of NFT investing. You know, there's not thousands of them. They are great pieces of art. They're not freaking JPEGs, but you know, hey, the whole point here is there's something for everyone in this digital land grab. On that note, we're going to be doing a show dedicated to how to actually mint an NFT, what the best platforms are. We're probably going to make one ourselves and show you the whole process. So stay tuned for that in the coming week or two.
I have a friend of mine who I met through my girlfriend. His name is Luke Brown. He's been doing some amazing work for past couple of years. Actually, it's very kind of psychedelic, kind of third eye opening type of artwork. And for the longest time, it was all physical art. But then in the dawn of all this digital art, he's actually finally stepped into the NFT space as well. He's well known enough that my brother-in-law in America knew about him, and especially in the psychedelic space, he's well known. Luke Brown Art, and his first minted NFTs, I actually bought 5 of them. I don't think they'll be getting bids on them. They're not known, but I did that just knowing that he's a good enough artist, and these are cool enough that who knows, maybe there's going to be some sort of value in them, maybe not. But I was also supporting a friend, and I just that's the first time I've ever invested in NFTs where there was no market sentiment or hint. It was more like, I believe in him.
Yep.
And let's see how it goes. Regardless, it was that's kind of an interesting way to go about it, and I'm happy to be a part of the game just based on my personal knowledge. But just wanted to throw that out there.
And that's why it will be interesting to see the independent artists, how they harness this. Because a lot of the time, yes, you do want to support them. You love their work. Doesn't mean they'll go on to become, Christie's auction house artist. But it's when you find work that you love, that's how you can support them. So yeah, I think that's really cool that you've purchased something because you love it. You love what he does, and it wasn't for a monetary gain, but it was supporting an artist.
Yeah, and if I'm lucky, I'll get rich from it.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder whether we're going to have a situation because obviously, there's all these different digital, art spaces now. Playboy have also got one. They've been working with this guy here, who's actually taking a bit of a break from NFT creation. I think he's probably a bit burnt out. I just wonder, take a situation like yours, Jesse. He's not a sort of a Bored Ape or one of these collectibles that everyone's going crazy over. But I also wonder whether we'll have our own sort of shop fronts with our collections of art and. If you've been a good collector and you've sort of picked the right projects, maybe owning his piece in your collection when people are looking at it would also influence the value of what his piece would be worth. I kind of see us all almost being sort of art curators ourselves and creating our own little.
Well, you can already
storefront.
kind of do that, right? So when you go on OpenSea, I often check out who bid on what else do they hold in their collection.
Exactly.
And yes, that is a very interesting thing to look at, that people's own curated collections, as you say. Very nice.
Well, I want a mathematics and a Leanne NFT in my collection, so watch this space.
You will have one.
Coming soon.
Okay, so no action in the charts today, so we thought we'd skip that section, right? It's all boring. Nothing's happened.
Not really. There's stuff happening. While you were staring at a JPEG, there was some.
Has the price got up another 10% while we've been talking, Leanne? What's going on?
There were some trades to be made. Yeah, actually, Bitcoin today showed a bit of steam. So let's have a look. First, I'll bring up total market cap, though. So this is a total market cap excluding BTC. And the reason I'm bringing this one up is because we could see some explosion of alts. And we have broken out past this resistance. I did think it was going to roll over actually and people were going to take profits, but it seems to be on the up, so that's something to watch. King Daddy Bitcoin today, I've been watching the RSI down here. We're still on that sort of downtrend, so I'm looking for it to break that green line. And the resistance, it's been chugging along at this 49.50k resistance. And today, actually, it showed a lot of gusto. So we will see if we can meander up to here. We'll either meander or we'll shoot straight up. So this is always the thing with BTC. We never know which path it's going to take in terms of the velocity of the move. So our next sort of resistance line that I've got in there is about 57. But I'm watching very carefully, and if you are not positioned yet, it's okay to wait for confirmation and the really definitive break of that 50k mark. But you might want to scale in. You still need to manage risk, and it's really good to have money for a washout. When Bitcoin takes a big dump, you just got some capital on the side to buy some more dollar cost average in. So there's lots of ways of positioning yourself right now, but we're in that pivotal moment of what is it going to break through definitively, or is it going to roll over again? I'm leaning towards a breakthrough after looking at it today. Like, it's quite strong.
So I see the FTX token is on fire. I know Blue's a big fan of that platform. Is that where you trade, Leanne?
Blue and I are massive Sam fanboys and girls. I have a position in FTT. I always have since I traded on it, because you get special discounts if you hold a token. And as you know, with Solana and everything, I'm a fan of the SAM ecosystem. So I was betting on anything they sort of touched. And we had this a few weeks of, range bound here. And then the other day we really definitively broke through. And that came with some news headlines, which I will bring up now. So my next target before I bring that up is around $86. And I hold it, and because I trade on it, because I love FTX.
The FTX platform has just become the third biggest exchange after Binance and Bybit. If you're an experienced trader, for me, that's Bybit is the platform I absolutely 100% rate and use. So please support us and use our affiliate link below if you're an experienced trader.
I'm just going to bring up the article that you alerted me to, Sean. And this is where FTX, we know that they bought the arena and they've done so much. I've actually lost track of what they're doing. And then they've just announced an acquisition of the crypto derivatives platform LedgerX. And I know in the US there's a lot of issues with derivative trading, so this is just stamping FTX's dominance in that space in servicing their US customers.
Any type of good news for US customers is welcome.
Absolutely, and that's why the token took off. It's wise to hold FTT if you trade on it. I'm all about user experience, and FTX a long time ago, for me, like even I think the start of last year was a bit clunky still, and I didn't use it for a long time. But after transitioning over in the last 6 months, I cannot speak highly enough of it. I like the way it looks, it feels, it's intuitive. Obviously, there's still some little quirks about it, but you can also hold your asset and borrow against it if you're into that sort of trading, which I do sometimes. So it's a way to hold the asset but still make alternative trades and not get rid of your underlying asset, and that's a really nice way to trade. And that's why I did a bet on Solana, because I've been following Sam's coins, and Solana just
yes,
had
and anyone following this channel, please round of applause for Leanne on your Solana call. You absolutely nailed that one.
I nailed it. I definitely nailed it. It was an intuitive play as well. I obviously didn't go in when you have those plays, you're like, I wish I had more money on it, but it was something I've been talking about it for such a long time now. So and we can look at that chart now if you like.
I've bought and sold this one many, many times. Should have just held it.
Well, there's always a trade within a trend, so you're not too late, but I will say you have to wait for that perfect moment, and it's probably not right now. It will be on a washout that you need to scoop some up. So the entry I called was around the $35 mark, and since then it's done around 270% profit. I've taken out a lot of my risk already, so this is now for me I call it a free trade. I'm not worried about the position. It's paid for itself, and now I can hold it for as long as I want to, and I'm going to hold this one until the daily chart tells me to get out. Is basically I will ride that trend, ride or die, to the end. So that's been a really nice trade. I was actually wanting to scale in, but it didn't give me the opportunity. So I did scale in some more around here because it took that pull back to the fib level. But yeah, this one's a hard one. Actually, let me show you the 1 month. When it does these giant candles, it's a little bit hard to buy in, Sean, on those sort of moves. But I would say wait for, my chart's doing funny things. Wait for the right moment when BTC takes a big breather and the opportunity's there.
Yeah, obviously this isn't a live trading show, people, so bear that in mind. When we look at these charts, we're trying to sort of give you a slightly bigger picture than an hourly or even a daily.
And because Sol's taken off, there are other trades to be made, and I'm going to bring up the link chart for anyone that is looking for a swing trade, so I'll bring that up now. So this caught my eye yesterday, actually, and it's almost got a mini cup and handle forming, and it has just broken through that. So this is a really nice one for a swing if you haven't found a position yet, and I wouldn't suggest chasing moves like Sol. Don't FOMO in on that. It's just not the right moment. I'll tell you when it's the right moment because I'll probably scale into more. But something like Link is ready. It's at the resistance and it has poked its head through. So it is a nice place to manage some risk and scale in on that trade if you were looking to do a nice spot trade on that. So Link is my pick. And yeah, that's the charts today.
I've got some more XE scholarships going up this afternoon. Join us on the Friday live show as well. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our Twitch, which is where we're actually starting to move a lot of the gaming content, so there's live streams there, lots of help with team makeup, gameplay, etc. So subscribe to Hardforking on Twitch if you have not. On that note, great to see so many new people coming into the community. Please help support us by smashing the like button, subscribing, little bell notification as well. Will let you know when we're putting videos out. Anything in closing from you, Mr. Mathematics?
I just wanted to say, move over, sleepy Joe Biden. Trump will not be outdone by your senility. He had something real dinosaurish to say that I think we can share right here.
Do you ever dabble in Bitcoin or cryptos?
I don't. I like the currency of the United States. I think I think the others are potentially a disaster waiting to happen. I don't know. I feel that it hurts the United States currency. I think we should strengthen. We should be invested in our currency, not in. They may be fake. Who knows what they are?
We're going to get political here.
Rest under a palm tree is my suggestion.
It's not even political. It's just he's being stupid.
That's it.
So yeah, last bit of news here. This was the original crypto scam. The people behind BitConnect, the SEC have finally caught up with them and are charging them. For those of you new to crypto, you might not know about this project, but here's a little clip from the front man from BitConnect. Take it away, Carlos.
The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No.
Okay, Leanne, closing thoughts or comments?
My closing thoughts and comments this week will be to dive into the NFT space if you haven't had a look already. And I also would like to sort of send a message to, I'm going to say a lot of Australians and New Zealanders and Canadians that are having a very hard time at the moment, and stay positive and immerse yourself into something new, which could be this sort of thing, NFTs, art, music, and just try to keep your vibration as high as possible, because I know there's a lot of people struggling at the moment.
Yeah.
Find a new thing to explore.
Very, very true. So obviously, I hope you've enjoyed this show. As I say, we're going to be doing a show dedicated to how NFTs are created, looking at all the major platforms. Get over and check out Oneof, link below. Register for a free music NFT there. Speaking of music NFTs, playing us out, here's another awesome track from our very own Mathematics. See you all tomorrow.